I just opened my bag. Ladies and gentlemen, my phones were stolen. I almost went mad. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be gisting you from the comfort of my bed. And I'm sure that somehow, there's no way you can relate to my story one way or the other. So, my dear friends, get a pen and paper and just think down. Um, hmm. So, the 18th of November 2023 was a day that changed my life forever. Like I said, somehow you can relate to it, somehow you might not. But this day has been scrolled in my mind forever. Prior to this day, let me start my story. There was this advert on Instagram called What I Know by Shafi Bello. And the moment I saw this advert, I was like, nice, but I knew I was not going to go for What I Know by Shafi Bello because I checked the price and I saw, I was like, I can't afford this at this time. So I saw it, I swiped, I moved on. Then a friend of mine called me and said, did you see this thing by Shafi Bello? I was like, I saw it. And prior to this, she reminded me of how I met Shafi Bello about some 2-3 years ago, and how we're talking for a while. And she was like, I think you should go. I said, my dear, I'm not going. The financial constraints right now in Nigeria, he's choke. She was like, no, babe, don't worry. Before I knew it, my girl paid for me and she said, I must go for this seminar by Shafi Bello. I would like to call her Auntie Shafi. So help me God. I would like to call her Auntie Shafi. So prior to the 18th of November, which was the day of this event, I had prayed. Somehow, I was looking for answers to some questions with regards to my life and a lot of things. So I was like, God, the way you made this thing come with ease, just make it easy for me. Let me go there and, find grace and favor. I just prayed and then I went for this seminar by Auntie Shafi. And when I tell you that God's grace was upon my head that day, God's light was upon my head. It's almost like I was walking in agreement with God. I had read about Auntie Shafi. I had read about, things I probably would like to know. I had prayed and prepared myself. So when you say opportunity meets preparation, that was kind of like what happened that day. In fact, there was a point in that seminar that I was on my own and then Auntie Shafi was like, you, come. I looked like, she said yes, and she came and I went there and then she said, it looks like you need a hug. In fact, this is the clip. I was able to get it.
God bless you, honey. God bless you. No. Let me tell you something. You are going to be great. You are going to be great. Stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting yourself. And just stick to what you know.
Now, the rule about the seminar was that nobody should film, so majorly clips were not there. But I had clips and pictures of, her entrance and everything. But that day, I just felt like God had answered my prayers. I felt like, I was uplifted one way or the other. Oh yeah, it's time to go home. I checked the riding apps for prices to my house. When I saw the price, I said, if you shake me right now, you can't see this amount in my account. So I said, okay, let me go for option 2, which is the bus. So I stepped out, going home, feeling fulfilled, an amazing day, beautiful day, and all of that. I entered this bus with another lady that I had met at the seminar. And then this guy, the driver was, I remember that the driver was going on full speed. And then the conductor was like, madam, help me to close the door. Help me to hold the door. I was helping him to hold the door. He was asking me for my fare at the same time. And then the driver was like on high speed. I was like, So the girl in the bus was like, I don't like this bus. Let's get down. I don't like it. So I was like, since a girl like me saying, let's get down. Let's get down. I got down. She was like, I don't really like this bus. Thank God they didn't take my phone. The moment she just said that, I just opened my bag. Ladies and gentlemen, my phones were stolen. I almost went mad. I was like, I could still see the boss. So immediately I gave her my bags and I was like, and let me chase the boss, let me chase the boss. Oh my god, my phones, my phones. I started running. Me that had dressed up like a slay queen, you know. I removed my wig, my shoes. I started running after this boss, stopping cars as fast as I could. And then there was this car that stopped and then carried me and we were chasing the boss. Before I knew what was happening, the boss had entered somewhere that I did not even know. By the time I realized it, my phones were gone. I started screaming and shouting, and I was like, you know what, thank you for the ride. Please take me back to the place where you picked me. At least let me take my bag and then find out what I can do to help myself. Ladies and gentlemen, I got back to the place where this lady was supposed to be with my bags. The lady went, she ran away with my bag. My bags. Oh, I feel like my madness or the craze was on gear 1000. Gear 1000. I was screaming. I was in the middle of the road. I was shouting. I didn't even know what to do. I didn't even know how to begin to play out what just happened to me. Imagine you dressed up in the morning, you went out, with your phones and your bag, and you are coming back without anything but yourself. I just didn't know what to do. I went back to the venue of the seminar where people were. I was just crying my heart out. I could not just understand. Like, if your phones have ever been taken away from you before, probably you can be able to relate to what I'm saying. Then I started hearing people say, thank God, it should have been worse. A lot of people have been kidnapped and all of that. And then Auntie Shafi was passing by at that point and she saw me. And then she was like, what happened? I told her. She started telling me, girl, thank God for your life. Just thank God that you are alive. Once you are alive, you have hope. But at that point, when everybody was saying all these things, I'm still saying, like, if you've ever been robbed of your belongings before, at that point in time, everything everybody is saying is not making sense to you. All you're asking yourself is, what just happened to me? Did it just happen to me? Like, did it just happen to me? And begin to replay a lot of things in your head. I called a friend of mine, and this friend came, and I got home, broke my door, repaired the door, and I had to start recovering all my documents and things that I lost. So, this is like the story in its summary. In case you're wondering, like, what's the lesson? I just want you to go on with 2 lessons. I know it's the month of December and the year is wrapping up. The very first lesson is, no matter what the devil plans for you, God's grace is more than sufficient for you. Because this day, everything was beautiful. I mean, I had prayed, I had immersed myself in the Holy Spirit, and I could see God's hand. It was like God was even speaking to me that day. I could see God's hand upon my life that day, only for this to happen. So no matter what it is that you might be facing, God's grace, God's mercy upon your life is greater than whatever the devil has planned for you. I know that it's not easy for me. It has not been easy for me. I have been sometimes, sometimes I sleep, I wake up, I imagine myself in the bus again, imagine myself walking on the road, I imagine myself taking a better route or, just making better choices. But what has happened has happened. The second lesson is, in this Lagos, you have to be very vigilant, smart, alert. I did not say alert, alert, because here, if you're in a bus and the conductor is saying something like, madam, help me with the belt, help me with the seat belt, and you're in the front seat, or guy, help me with the seat belt, they're distracting you, and the seat belt is not working, please, Shora, run. Because I've had lots of people call me and share their own experiences the moment I spoke up about mine. If you're in a bus and the conductor is saying, madam, oga, help me with the door, run. If you're in a bus and the conductor is asking you for time, this is the one that even doesn't make sense to me. If the conductor is asking you that, what's the time? In broad daylight, because what happened to me did not happen to me at night. It happened around 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon. So we're talking 9 a.m., we're talking afternoon-ish. There's no reason why a conductor would not have a phone. There's no reason why a conductor will not have a small phone that will not die during the day. So if you enter a bus or a car and the conductor is saying something like, what's the time? Like making you to bring out your phone from your bag. Please be very mindful. Be careful. If you are in a bus, this is one thing that people have told me now, and your spirit says get down. Please, even if it's keke, just get down. We just have to be very careful. But one thing I still know is that God has just started with me, and there is nothing Juju can do. I am strong and I am shining. If you can relate to this, let me know in the comment section. Have you ever been robbed, or do you know anybody that has been robbed? Share your testament in the comment section. You don't know, or testimony in the comment section. You don't know who you might be helping down there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my story from my bed today. Until next time, I'll catch you more on this channel. I don't even know how to end this. Just be safe out there and have a Merry Christmas, a prosperous New Year.